Yeah, good morning, everyone. A very warm welcome to today's SIG session. Appreciate you taking time off to attend today's session. Today's session will be covering we'll be covering HXM vision and strategy and H1 release highlights. And we have along with us distinguished speakers, VP of Engineering and Site Lead, India Site Lead, Kalpana, and also Director of Product Management, Jayanand Kotari. So over to you, Kalpana and Jayanand.
Hey, thank you, Deena. Just give me a minute. I'm sure I'm going to share my desktop.
Yeah, your desktop is visible, Kalpana.
Great. Thank you, Deena. Thank you, Hema, and everyone involved in inviting myself and Jayanand to this session. It is absolutely a great pleasure for us to be representing SuccessFactors and talking about the strategy and vision, and also touching upon the release highlights that just went by. We just released our the H1 2022, and we are looking forward to discuss with you what we released, and if there are any questions, happy to answer. Okay, let me move on. Can someone confirm that if they are able to see my slides?
Yes, Kalpana.
Yes, Kalpana, we can see your slides.
Sure, thank you. Okay. So as Dinakar mentioned, our agenda for today that we are looking at for the next 60 minutes, what we are looking at is we want to share our HXM strategy. HXM strategy, if we have to explain the strategy, it is almost like a 3 or 4 hour presentation, right? So what we have done is we have condensed it as much as possible and taken some specific highlights and have categorized under 3 different buckets, right? We call it the people experience, anything related to the experience for our customers, our employees of our customers, different personas within the customers. That's exactly what we will be discussing in people experience. The next part that we are looking at is organizational agility. How do we make the employees relevant for today's world, right? How do we make the business more resilient? That is something that we will discuss in organizational agility. And the third one is operational excellence. Everything said and done, HR process is operational intensive, right? How do we make it better? How do we excel in it is the third topic that we will be looking into. Then we will be touching upon release highlights for the release that went by. During the strategy session also, we will be touching upon certain release specific areas. You can see, and if there are questions, happy to answer those as well. Okay. Moving on, the general disclaimer, a lot of these strategy related topics are all mostly forward looking. So, the general disclaimer applies for this session too. So before we move on, I'm sure all of the people in this call clearly understand what SuccessFactors is all about, but just a reminder, our vision or value proposition that we are giving to our customers is making sure there is a strengthening between the HR processes and the business. And finally, the outcome is what we are looking at. How are we doing it? We are looking at making our employees more and more engaged, connected, and empowered. That is our model of running the SuccessFactors HXM solution, and that is the value proposition that we are giving to our customers. Okay. Getting on to the people experience that I talked about earlier, people experience have been a very key initiative for SuccessFactors for quite some time. A couple of years back, we kind of announced in the stage of Success Connect that we are moving away from HCM to HXM, which means that putting the people on the center of the business. We were earlier doing engagements. To start with, our focus was more about engagement. How do we engage more employees? How do we bring in productivity? How do we bring in more output so that the business are successful? And then we moved on completely towards moments that matter. Right? How is HR going to look at SuccessFactors solutions and take a look at how they can finalize on their HR programs, or all they need is data from their employees to understand what kind of policies and benefits will matter to an employee. So that is why, we were looking at moments that matter. It is a set of people. How are they feeling? How are they getting engaged? Is what we were looking at maybe a year back, right? Now our focus has completely changed into 2021. We announced this whole self model. And with that, the experience of moments that matter to me came into picture. What are we looking at here? We are looking at individuals. Everything is around an individual. Moments that matter to a person A is not something relevant for a person B. So each person's passions, aspirations, and unique talents are absolutely important to make them more and more engaged and become more and more productive. That is exactly what we are looking at from moments that matter to me. So our design principles, you would see that, be it in the release that went by or the future releases, these are our 3 design principles that we are working on. And given that I'm from engineering and Jay is from product, we can definitely vouch for that. We are definitely looking at how do we make our experiences look very, very efficient, simple, intuitive. I'm hearing a lot of background noise. If you're not speaking, can I kindly ask you to be on mute? Thank you. So one is that we are looking at efficiency, be very, very intuitive. The experiences have to be intuitive, and it shouldn't require too much of a training. Then the experience should be individualized. Every person's individual needs have to be met by this, the experience that we are giving. The third topic is a very, very interesting topic. It will also kind of relate to the topics that I'm going to talk later, the opportunity. Okay, the experience should also unlock opportunities. There are opportunities lying for all our employees around, but just that it is not reaching them in the right format. How do we make these experiences providing an opportunity for the employee? So these are the 3 design principles that we are working towards, and this is our approach that we are taking for every feature that we are looking at for designing. With that, we are also looking at experiences have to be delivered in web, okay, and native apps, be it iOS or Android apps. Otherwise, it will be mobile responsive. There are different customer needs and different market needs. We are trying to cater to all these markets. With 2021, the first step that we took with the whole reimagination was the homepage. With 2021, I'm sure most of you would have seen this already, that we delivered a homepage experience. We announced that we are going to reimagine our homepage, and we started delivering in a phased manner and allowing customers to enable their instances on HPV4. So the Reimagine homepage started with 1H 2021. There were a few experiences delivered. Then we move on to 2021 2H, which is a release that went in 2021 November. And then there were a few other additional experiences that were delivered. And in 2205, or we, internally it is called 2205, but it's a H1 2022 release, we are looking at a universal push. Right. So the dates are mentioned on the slide here. I would really love for all of you to take a note of it if you have not done it earlier. And the expectation or encouragement recommendation that we would like to give you is, please make sure that you are enabling your new homepage on your preview instance and ensure that you are able to test it and see how things are working for you. And we do have an opportunity for you to roll it out only for a set of people, so that not everyone in your organization is seeing your new homepage, and you can roll it out in a very phased manner. So this is a universal push that we are doing, and there has been a lot of communication over a period of time. I would take you through those as well. Right. So migration to this page, you will see this blog, and I wanted to bring this blog for you so that we clearly understand what we are talking about. So I hope you're able to see my browser with migration to Reimagine Homepage, June 2022.
Yes,
This is a
Kalpana,
community post. This is a community post, and you will have all the details about the homepage here. There are a number of enablement sessions that are happening, and also office hours. Highly recommend you to take part in these office hours, or the sessions that are available. Hello. Okay. So let's, these are some of the areas that I would highly recommend you to take a look at, and, take advantage of all these sessions that are happening. Remember, homepage is a very critical piece for any organization, and it also impacts all the modules. All the modules have something or the other related to homepage. Each module have some development that has gone in 2205 related to homepage. That's how huge it is, right? And very interesting and very important too. So going back to our session here, moving on from homepage, right? I'm sure all of you have heard, and there is a lot of noise around homepage. But I also want to make sure that we understand that it is not just the homepage that we are delivering. The experience doesn't start and end with homepage. It is definitely a bigger piece for our experience, but we are also looking at other experiences, like the one that we are developing for an integration with Successfactors work zone. The work zone is nothing but a provider of a digital workplace, a consolidator of different experiences at the same place. So, it is definitely something that will help you gain increased productivity and increased engagement. So as part of this, I wanted to show you a short demo. Just a caution, a note of caution here. It is only an early adopter care today. And this is a work zone integration with onboarding. If you want to be part of your early adopter care, I would recommend you reach out to your CSM. Again, I need to go onto my browser. Just give me a minute. As you can see here, we are building an onboarding guided experience. If you look at onboarding as it stands today, there are a lot of activities an onboardee can do, right? But they're all not at the same place. And in addition to what we provide as activities, there can be other things also that you can bring in. Today, with the new homepage, you can provide, you can add custom tasks, but there are also other means of doing this guided experience. Something very similar to employee portal in onboarding 1.0, if you remember, right? So this is something similar that can happen with WorkZone. If you look at it, see, you can provide the details of your first day. You can, it's all highly configurable. You can make your decision as an admin, what you want your new hire to see. And this is how the new hire experience will look like. When they log in into the system, they are able to see that, okay, this is my onboarding experience. When they click on start now, they will see, it is before your first day and then, your first day. They clearly will be able to say, okay, what are my tasks that I have to complete before my first day? And on my first day, what are the tasks that I have to do? And it is a very wizard-like approach so that, there is no chance of people missing it out. It also collects, if you can see, the vaccination details, which is like the most asked feature right now. You can look at all these learning can be given, and there are other links to your internal portals can be given here. So this is something that is also available. I would recommend, as I said earlier, again, it is on early adopter care. It definitely requires certain approvals to be part of this program. Moving on, I'm going to talk about the organizational agility. So with the changing times, every year is looking different, and especially in the technology world and any other jobs that you take a look at, things are changing rapidly. What is relevant today is not relevant tomorrow. There is a need for every individual in an organization to keep themselves up to date so that they are relevant for this organization. And as a manager or as a HR, every one of us are facing difficulty to make sure that our people are relevant and we are able to run our business as per the current needs of our customers. So it's a very common goal, a common problem that we are addressing in Successfactors with the whole self model. Right? What we are looking at is, of course, the whole self model is every individual will have aspirations. They have certain skill set and competency that they will bring it to the table. And they also have a certain personality trait. Not everyone is suitable for a particular role, right? Everyone has their own personality and they are suitable for certain roles. So there are 3 dimensions to every person. How are we making sure that these 3 dimensions can help us to build a resilient workforce? That is what we are looking at. And this is our innovation that we are working on. And you will find a lot of products and features around these 6 practical applications that you will see. Okay. One is matching the opportunity. There is an opportunity, there is a person, but they have to be matched based on their preferences, their skill set, and their aspirations. And that is exactly what matching to opportunities is. We will talk about opportunity marketplace, which falls under that bucket. Informed career development. I have a certain skill set, but I have an aspiration to go somewhere. That is exactly about career development. Right? I may be a typical Java engineer, but I want to become a data scientist. I want to do that. And what is the career development path for me? That is where we help with this informed career development. Hidden talent. Managers and recruiters, need a specific skill set. They do not know where to look at. Is looking at a market an option? Maybe, but it is a difficult option. We have people inside the organization who have a certain specific skill set. Why don't we take an advantage of it? We need a solution consultant for learning. And there is one person who is working in a different organization who has that kind of, skill set. Find that hidden talent. Team building, we would like to have people getting built together. Each of you can help each other and form a trusted team to build a better tomorrow. So that is about team building. Forming optimizational teams, you would have heard about dynamic teams. The dynamic teams fall under this. There is a certain project, there are different set of requirements are required. People from different parts of the organization come together to form a dynamic team. And that optimal team is responsible for delivering a set of KPIs. So that is something that we are looking at also as part of the whole self model. Inform one-to-one manager discussions. We are looking at having a healthy and productive conversations with your managers. And that is what is one-on-one discussion. Foundation to all of this is capabilities. I'm sure you would have heard about Center of Capabilities that we have released in 2111, which is the November 2021 release. We are continuing to work on those topics, and we are looking at how can we build more and more capabilities, collect more and more capabilities across the product line. And there are different modules which will help here. Onboarding, as you're onboarding a person, you will be able to collect capabilities. Similarly, in every area, you will be able to collect these capabilities. Okay. So coming into I spoke a little bit about opportunity marketplace. Let us get on to that opportunity marketplace. There is a need for people. I have to learn is very straightforward. If you have to perform a job, you have to have certain skill set. So you have to learn those skill sets. That is taken. But the challenge is always with, I want to learn and I need to learn. I want to learn is aspirational. Or I would say I need to learn is aspirational and I want to learn is the desire. Right. An opportunity marketplace sits between desire and aspirations. Let us show how you will see the opportunity marketplace. I'm going to talk about a little bit about what are the different ways. I'll show you a screenshot later as well. The opportunity types that we have dealt with currently within SuccessFactors is project assignments. It can be fellowships, shadowing, any kind of project assignments. The other topic is about mentoring or coaching, a formal way of mentoring and coaching. There are learning recommendations, which is available as of today. Opportunity marketplace has an integration with learning where there are certain specific recommendations that are provided based on the skill set, the capabilities that were allocated, that were captured for a particular employee, and the recommendations are provided. And then there are career roles. These are it is a combination of opportunity marketplace with recruiting. So there are certain jobs that are posted. If I as an individual log into opportunity marketplace, maybe there are a few roles which are there available, which is suiting my requirements or my skill set. So we are looking at how do we show those roles on the opportunity marketplace. Then, there are skill experts, which are more about peer-to-peer learning. Nothing works better than the peer-to-peer learning, and that is exactly where we are dealing with skills experts. So if you can look at it, opportunity marketplace may look like one product, but it's an amalgamation of different modules coming together and providing an experience for an employee. Okay. There is a lot of work that is being done right now, and you will hear about it as we proceed over the next few releases. So, this is our opportunity marketplace. This is how the opportunity marketplace looks, and these are different mentors, the different job roles that I mentioned about, the integration with the recruiting area. So this is about the opportunity marketplace with talent. The talent is a place where you have project assignments, the digital assistant. There are a lot of integrations that we are looking at. So having talked about, the one about experience and how to bring our resiliency, the core purpose is we are all running a business and we want operational excellence. And how do we bring in this operational excellence? We want to build, and I'm sure each of you are looking forward to features that in my existing system, how is it getting better? So that is what about operational excellence. We have this concept of hire to retire. Under that, there are a few areas that we are focusing on. And I want to also mention that there are plenty of other development that has gone in. I have picked and chosen only a few for us to highlight here in this meeting. Right. The first one that we are looking at is enhanced core HR, the core HR or the employee central, known otherwise. So we are, everything is around employee central, right? So we are looking at developing features so that the employee central is much more valuable for our customers. You can take onboarding for that matter. You can take compensation. So there are multiple features that we are delivering related to, say, for example, mass import on employee central. And that is a feature that is coming in. And there are compensation administration related topics which we are dealing with for enhancing our core HR related capabilities. And then we are also moving into the accelerate payroll innovation. Payroll innovation, the NGP. NGP is a very critical release, critical feature for us, and there is a huge investment going on right now. We are focusing on UK, and there is an upcoming alpha release that is planned, and and there are a few other countries that are lined up for our delivery. Right. The third item which we are looking at is build time, functional parity. In 2021, we released the product of our time tracking, and we delivered, time tracking is currently picked up by multiple customers. We are looking at how do we bring in geosense. For example, depending on the person where they are currently, we are able to make a decision on which country they belong to, where they belong to, and make decisions on their holiday list, etc. So we are trying to bring in a lot of features into the time team. And we also have a lot of integrations between the SAP HCM or S4 and also Employee Central. We are looking at an orchestration engine, which will help us to design a data flow between the ERP systems and the Employee Central systems. Right. So there is some improvements coming in there as well. Okay, with that, I would like to hand it over to Jayanand. Jayanand?
Hey, thanks, Kalpana. And thanks for actually covering a good part of what is coming in the release as well. So as you all heard, a major part of the enhancements that we are doing as part of our releases is around the end user's experience, right? So while you see a lot of different parts of the product which get enhanced, the most noticeable parts and what you would see your end users really noticing first is how the UI is changing, how the homepage is changing. Because as soon as you log into the application or start using it, you'll notice that it's going to start looking a lot different. Right? We thought yesterday, Kalpana and I were debating on how do we cover the whole host of release highlights in a short time, right? Especially after talking about the strategy. And hence we thought, okay, let's make use of the videos. These videos, while accessible to you, I'm not sure how many of you would have seen. So we thought we'll go ahead and show you these videos, which are the most compressed form of getting the important highlights. Kalpana, would you want to play it or shall I play it?
Yeah, I'm
okay,
playing
thanks.
it.
I see you already open. Thank you. I at least don't hear the audio, Kalpana. I think when you share, there's an option to share with the audio. Just check if that works.
Just give me a minute. Jay, why don't you keep talking? I will figure this out.
Sure. Yeah, thanks, Kalpana. So actually, as you see the multiple different areas within SuccessFactors, right? So what we've done is the homepage is one area where all of these different applications come together, right? And from a end user's perspective, they don't really know which are the underlying modules which are giving the data. Right? Okay, yeah, it's working.
HXM,
okay.
HXM Grow, and HXM.
Should I pause it, Jay, till you finish?
No, it's okay. I think let's hear the video.
With
and,
HXM, SAP SuccessFactors is imagining a new way of experiencing work with human-centered experience at the core. This begins with creating meaningful and actionable moments for employees. With our Reimagine Homepage, we are valuing every person every day through efficiency, individualization, and opportunity. Let's take a look at some of the new capabilities in this release. We've added new SAP SuccessFactors Employee Central alerts. These present the most urgent tasks for employees right in the homepage. Time-sensitive requests are easily seen and resolved. Consolidated and prioritized onboarding and offboarding to-do tasks for SAP SuccessFactors onboarding customers make it easy to provide required information for onboarding and offboarding, creating a positive experience for new hires and departing employees. A new quick action for people analytics provides managers and their employees access to analytic charts to complete processes and make more informed decisions. Administrators now have more flexibility and control over visibility. They can create custom card groupings and use role-based permissions right there on the homepage. In SAP SuccessFactors compensation, you can now configure and manage rewards and recognition programs using custom points. These points can be marked for specific catalogs from our redemption partners. For example, you can celebrate an employee's wellness accomplishment with a reward redeemable from a particular wellness catalog. With HXM Grow, we see the value of people within the context of the greater organization and see HXM as a critical enabler of organizational agility and business transformation. In this release, we are bringing anytime, anywhere access to HXM Grow functionality with greater mobile support. The SAP SuccessFactors Opportunity Marketplace now enables assignment owners to view their posted assignments and manage applicants on their mobile device. Mobile users will also be able to explore and sign up for mentor programs, search for mentors, and connect mentors with mentees through SAP SuccessFactors Opportunity Marketplace. And lastly, the Reimagine Learning Course homepage is now accessible on any device, helping all employees, especially deskless and remote workers, learn on the go. With HXM Move, we're making the journey to HXM as smooth as possible for all our customers. As we continue to enhance our SAP SuccessFactors time tracking solution for the deskless workforce, we have a number of noteworthy enhancements. With the growing number of dispersed and remote employees, it's important to capture the physical location of an employee when recording time. That's why I'm excited to introduce GPS location capture while recording time with our digital punch clock capability. This helps ensure accuracy of calculations dependent on the employee location. You can log latecomers who clock in after their scheduled start times and send alerts for administrators or managers when certain thresholds are reached. Tracking work time deviations provides managers and administrators real-time information on employee work patterns to inform appropriate action. Lastly, in our continued effort to offer best practices for customers and partners, we are excited to offer new pre-delivered content and a detailed configuration guide in the Payroll Processing Control Center. Our latest product innovations will be implemented with ease, reducing costs and timelines. These are just a few of the exciting new enhancements we have coming in the first half of 2022. For all innovations, I encourage you to look at our What's New viewer. I'm Amy Wilson. Thanks for watching.
Hey, thanks, Kalpana, and also thanks to Amy to make a guest appearance in this. So, I don't know how many of you noticed even Tilpu's name coming up for a remote worker. That's possibly one of our developers who is working out of there and recording the video, and it particularly picked up that location. Right? So you see, each of these smaller things, there are 100 different things which make into making the user experience better, but there are so many things which are happening underneath, right? And you'll see the whole list of minute changes spread across our What's New viewer. You see the number of entries that are there, right? I see the number as 333 over here, right? You'll see the number fluctuating as you choose different filters. And the What's New viewer is again the tip of the details, right? Because we mainly call out important features and bunch together multiple changes into one What's New viewer article, right? So What's New is the feature, and this whole list, that's what we call as What's New viewer. Sometimes our acronyms keep changing, and luckily this has been there for some time, and you can actually look at what has changed across different releases. So the software version dropdown, what you see at the right hand top end, is what you can use to see actually the different release versions, and you would also see some things are also listed further, even 2H 2022, because some things we are already publishing that it will have an impact across multiple releases, right? So as you browse through all of this, then when you go to a specific article, some of them have screenshots, some of them even have embedded videos, right? So where it helps, we have tried to put a short demo video. So the ones with the blue hyperlink, as Kalpana is pointing out here, these are the ones where you can directly view the particular feature. Like some time back, Kalpana showed you the video of the work zone, right? The work zone integration and the guided experience for new hires in onboarding. So those are the kind of things where there are multiple screens. It would be difficult to put it together in just an article and make it, it doesn't really convey everything. And that's where you see the details covered in the video. And further to that, in each of these What's New articles, you will see the link. When you go to the details, you'll see the details of the guide also referenced over there, right? So if you go to any of them, I see Kalpana is opening one, you see all of these specific details are mentioned so that you get a quick snapshot. And then as you go further down, one, you will have the screenshots of what's changed to give you a feel of what is really different. Then you have the technical details as a table below, right? And in each of these, you will see the further references, and whether it is what is the configuration you need to do, whether it's a major or a minor thing, whether it is generally available or whether it is an early adopter, right? Whether there's any action for you, right? So here you see it is an info only, but many of them require some configuration actions or some adoption of that particular feature. So that's also something which will help you make a choice, a decision of what you need to do next. And at the bottom of the page is where you have the links to all the related guide articles, right? So this is where some of them you'll see like maybe there are 4 or 5 additional links, because to come together as one feature, you may actually need to do stuff, or there will be details spread across different areas in the guide, right? So these are all the different things you can explore, right? We have tried to make it much more easier to navigate and filter as per your specific interests, right? In the What's New viewer.
Yeah. Given that
So,
there is an interest on we have the APG audience, should we also show what Mike has to talk about for mobile?
Yes, let's do that. Thanks, Kalpana. Yeah, there are a bunch of product area related highlights videos which goes into details of specific product area. I think you're covering the homepage. That's okay. I think let's do the homepage also. That's what I started. I think that's fine. Go ahead.
No,
I think it's a short one.
Pick up. Okay. Should I do that, or should I go to mobile?
Yeah, I think let's do the homepage also. I think you covered it, but let's do that again.
The Reimagine homepage is designed to deliver efficiency, individualization, and discoverability of opportunities and information. We'll go universal after this release. Users can leverage progressive layers of information on the homepage to complete tasks and consume information they need in bite-sized chunks. New in this first half 2022 release, we are excited to add functionality for both end users and administrators. A new quick action for SAP SuccessFactors People Analytics surfaces all dashboard tiles for a user in a dialog. Managers and HR business partners can quickly view all dashboard tiles efficiently to enable them to complete processes, make informed decisions, and take corrective actions as needed. Adding to our growing list of to-do categories on homepage, managers can now easily review new hire and other onboarding tasks in an intuitive interface. We've also added support for learning assignments, such as programs and curricula. Thus, managers can efficiently manage their onboarding tasks from the homepage directly. Finally, administrators now have the ability to create groupings or collections of custom cards and use RBP, permission groups or roles, to control card visibility, enabling more flexibility with custom cards of different sizes. These new features provide flexibility, efficiency, and reusability to configure custom content on the homepage for your company and your end users. On behalf of the extended team who have worked on the Reimagine homepage, we're grateful for the opportunity to interact with many of you on community and in hands-on adoption labs. With your input, the latest homepage has improved usability, performance, and scalability, along with a wide range of functionality. And for this, we thank you.
Yeah, go ahead, Kalpana.
For the first half 2022 release, I'm excited to share a lot of new capabilities we're providing in the SAP SuccessFactors mobile app for learning, time tracking, admin capabilities, opportunity marketplace, and performance and goals. New
No worry, it's only the internet, I think.
this release, using the SAP SuccessFactors mobile app, anytime, anywhere, employees have access to the SAP SuccessFactors Learning Course Home to navigate course previews and review important details for online learning. Learners can register for, start, or resume courses directly within the mobile app. This means SAP SuccessFactors mobile users now have access to online courses with content preview and item details they can review and participate in training no matter where they are. Also, with the first half 2022 release, when users punch their time on their devices with the SAP SuccessFactors mobile app, their location will be automatically captured for compliance purposes when entering or exiting the workplace. Another feature is that admins now can customize the text in SAP SuccessFactors mobile app, like strings and labels, using the Manage Language tool so that users everywhere can experience a friendly language that aligns with their business needs. Within SAP SuccessFactors Opportunity Marketplace, our newest SKU, users can explore mentor programs and search for mentors from their SAP SuccessFactors mobile app, then go sign up for a program and connect with mentors. When employees sign up for the mentee program and submit a request, a call, or email to connect with a mentor, they can do so via their mobile device. In addition, employees can view their mentor relationships in the SAP SuccessFactors Opportunity Marketplace. For employees interested in being a mentor, she or he can sign up to be a mentor on their mobile device. In addition, this product, assignment owners can view their posted assignments and quickly view applicants, understand applicant capabilities against assignment expectations, bookmark applicants, and send an applicant an offer. Continuous performance management and continuous feedback in SAP SuccessFactors performance and goals is supported via the SAP SuccessFactors mobile app. Weighted goal management is now also supported in the Android version because iOS was previously supported as well. Users can view achievements and feedback linked to goals from continuous performance management as supplemental information in performance management forms during the performance review cycle. Users will be able to edit objective and competency section weights and item weights for performance management forms with the SAP SuccessFactors mobile app. We hope you share our excitement for what's coming in the SAP SuccessFactors mobile app. We've listened to you, what's important to you. We spent a lot of time making sure that the features we're delivering across all of our products are going to be beneficial to you and to your end users. We look forward to your feedback, and we hope to see you soon online again.
Hey, thanks, Kalpana. And definitely, we also hope that you are as excited about the mobile enhancements along with the user experience enhancements. So from most of our APJ customers, we always used to hear that the mobile usage is actually increasing, and for many of the workers, it is becoming the primary usage medium, right? And hence, all of our investments, actually, even on the end user experience side, what you see for the homepage, everything, we always are now taking the mobile first approach. So the mock-ups, whatever we are doing, are first done for mobile, right? To see that the application works well even on a mobile device, unlike looking at very complicated functionality, which will anyway work on a desktop. We are trying to see how we can simplify, if at all we need to trim the content or change the flows to work on mobile, make that review first, and then start making it work full-fledged on the desktop as well. So a lot of it takes multiple releases to start showing the full impact. And from this release onwards, you'll see that, as you saw in the video, a lot of things is bearing fruit, and you hopefully enjoy the experience that is coming. And like what happened with the video, the buffering should hopefully not happen, because there are a whole host of performance improvements which have been done. So especially with the new homepage, you'd see we are trying to enforce a quicker load time for most of the things. So if you see the quick summary, so this is a quick textual summary of many of the things you've possibly already seen in the video, right? Some of the things obviously is very hard to cover in a video, so you'll see the whole list. Something to call out over here, many integration related improvements also have been done. And this is particularly, I think, interesting for some of the customers who have a very complicated landscape. So those improvements are also continually happening, right? You also notice that we are looking at the entire ecosystem, how to enable the ecosystem by improving the availability of APIs, making the whole integration with our partner applications also improve, right? As well as allowing you to create more particular enhancements or extensions, right? So all of those things are happening at the same time. Right. So rather than, I think, the last point, the GPS you saw, Tirupur, and that's how you would have noticed each of these specific line items. I think Kalpana did show you work zone. You saw the reimagined homepage. The mass uploads, custom points, and wallets for compensation, the new reward and recognition capabilities, which also includes other ecosystem partners, is something we would want you to explore and experience. Right? So for any of you, yeah, that's okay. Let it be on that slide. I think one of the things, if you didn't notice earlier, would be the best practices content. We have actually introduced a lot of best practices content, which can actually help you get started. See, if you are going to adopt any new solution, it takes a long time to implement. And that's where we are making more and more best practices content available for anybody to adopt our solutions faster, right? This is easily, you can browse and get started, try it out. You can definitely try it out in preview, and if it all works well, you can even go into production with such best practices content. And you can obviously, it's a starter. Further from that, you can work with your partners or implementation consultants and configure it as per your specific needs. Okay. With that, we can quickly talk about maybe a couple of modules rather than go through all the different modules. Kalpana did touch upon Employee Central as being the core of many of the enhancements, because that's one central piece where almost all customers in some way are going to, all end users are also going to benefit, right? Everything is being orchestrated by the core HR solution of Employee Central. And that's where, while it was already quite geared up for operational efficiency and directed towards the HR operations, right? It is, we are investing in making it even more easier for the end user. And that's what you see with the multitude of user experience improvements. And by making it easier to integrate, and that's where when we talk about SAP's intelligent enterprise, right, you will see all of that coming together, right? When you integrate with one, SAP's own offerings and our partner offerings, right? And your own solutions. Yeah, you can go ahead, Kalpana. I realize we have very less time left, so I'll try to be more summarized in some of the things. So on the Employee Central roadmap, so here's another quick summary of what you see in the first half release, right? In addition to the reimagined homepage, you see that there are many things underlying, flexibility being given, configuration improvements, getting EC alerts into the SAP Task Center if you're using that, improvements for whoever is using contingent workforce, right? Master data integration related improvements, and a lot of localization related improvements, right? Just to quickly talk about what's coming up, right? When the first line item you see here is the general display name for persons, right? So different people actually are called by different names. Like you have a slightly longish name, but you generally, like you would have heard Kalpana call me Jay, but my name actually shows up here as Jayanand Kotri. My full name is actually even longer. It's quite a mouthful, and hence a lot of people use display names. And if you have different names, it becomes difficult. And that's where we are trying to harmonize and give additional configurability to choose a display name in place of the full name, or trying to get harmonization around that. Prefixes of pronouns, personal pronouns, these are also things you'll start seeing, right? Similarly, there will be continued investments in making the integration simpler and more feature rich, allowing more things to be possible with the ecosystem. Similarly, localization related investments are going to continue, and you can see the full list, right? We have a roadmap explorer which will give you even a detailed view where you can click on these specific topics and see what's exactly coming up inside those. So the roadmap explorer is definitely one place where you should look to see what's coming up, right? That keeps getting updated. So as you saw the very first slide after the agenda being the disclaimer. So all of this comes with a general disclaimer that this is the current thought process. Things could change, and we keep updating our roadmap and try to keep you as informed as possible about our latest plans. Moving on, as we are from the onboarding team, we would always love to give you more insights within onboarding. And that's one area where we see of late with a lot of churn happening in organizations. There's a lot of focus on a quick onboarding experience, a very good welcoming for each of the new hires. And a lot of onboarding actually happens not just for new hires, but for people who are changing teams within their own organizations, right? Which is what we call as cross-boarding. And offboarding is also part of that, where, if you're moving from one team to another, or you're moving from one organization to another, you need to have a very good exit process, right? You need to make sure that your responsibilities are transitioned well. So all of this is bundled under onboarding. And here again, we are trying to improve the efficiency, make it streamlined. At the same time, give a much more welcoming experience and help ramp up the new hires by giving them early access to learning, right? So we have enabled learning integration where you can assign learning courses even before the employee joins the organization. So if they want to learn more, you can have a specific catalog assigned to them and start providing that. And to make sure that you're collecting their feedback, we also have the process integration with Qualtrics so that you can collect their feedback as they're going through onboarding. Right. So here's a quick glimpse of how we are trying to improve onboarding. And I'll not go through each and everything over here. So again, you see a lot of things in onboarding is also around the paperwork, the compliance, and making sure that whatever legal paperwork that needs to be done, which is different in every country. So some of you who have offices across the world will notice that it's very difficult for somebody from one country to really understand what's needed in another country, right? And laws keep changing. So here, what we've done is we pre-deliver some content, which is something we monitor and update on a periodic basis. And then we also allow you to add your own custom content. So both of that is there. And you see a lot of our effort actually goes in making sure that it remains. And the end user experience being critical for the new hires, that's an area where we are constantly investing, and you saw glimpses of that. Right? The other is making sure that we give you flexibility within the onboarding process, so you can customize so that it's different for each LOB or each country. So all of these areas we keep investing. We are also giving sample people analytics stories so that anybody who wants to do reporting, see, with onboarding, people analytics or stories is the only means of doing in-depth reporting. And that's where we are giving you sample content, so that sample reports, which you can use to create your own custom reports as well. And then we plan to make transition easier towards the new solution, right? So I feel I'm talking at 2x speed. So maybe we also quickly go and see.
Yeah, sure. Before we start with the questions, I just wanted to give you a glimpse of the Roadmap Explorer. I'm sure many of you would be aware of it, but just for you to know that Roadmap Explorer is available, publicly available, and whatever we can communicate publicly, we can. You will be able to see it here. You can choose what you want. For example, if I'm choosing Successfactors, overall Successfactors, you can see it, and you will find all the plans that we have for us in Q2 2022, the one that went by, Q4 2022, the one that is that we have already started working on, and our future plan. So all this is available for you on the Roadmap Explorer that Jay mentioned. And of course, we recommend you take a look at it, and this will keep you completely aware of what our plans are.
Thanks, Kalpana.
With that, I think we are done with our presentation, and I think we can get on to the questions. Dinakar, and how do we want to proceed here?
Yeah, thanks a lot, Kalpana and Jan, for the insights. I think it was very, very useful at this point of time, since we just passed by the H1 of 2022. So the forum is open. If we can quickly take 1 or 2 questions, and then we can probably close the session for today. If anybody has any questions or any queries, please unmute yourself and you can ask any questions.
Hi, good morning, everyone. This is Rajiv Mittal. So it was a nice presentation, and I liked the roadmap and various new features which are coming up. From this time tracking point of view, my question is that whether have you incorporated roster management and shift planning facility in that? Because earlier, as per our experience, it was only showing the time in or out, or maybe some features, but not the complete roster management and the shift management, which is very important for the companies who are doing shift planning, who are having roster management, to use this system and from the time office point of view completely.
Hey, thanks, Rajiv. Thanks for the feedback, and appreciate you looking at the roadmap. See, from the question point of view on the time part, we'll at least I'm not familiar with the specific change for what you're asking. So what we can do is follow up with our time colleagues and ask them specifically what enhancement is made. Why I can also try and look up while we are on this call if something is already covered in the What's New viewer for time. If not, we'll follow up with our colleagues and respond back to you shortly after. Is that okay?
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
So I do see I can possibly share the link to the specific What's New viewer with the filter in the chat. Okay. Let me put it to everyone in the meeting, and I think, yeah, it has selected both time tracking and onboarding, but you can just have a quick look and see if the detail for time tracking, what you're looking for, is available.
Sure, will do. Thank you.
Thanks.
Any other questions?
Kalpana, this is from Srinath, this is from Deloitte. You mentioned about vaccine dashboard, right?
Yes.
So do we have attachment upload facility, and also can we track daily how many they have uploaded and what is the numbers and all in the dashboards?
See, it is an MDF object that we have delivered out of the box, and it is something part of your employee profile. So as part of that, you should be able to track how many have added, how many people have added the data. So that you should be able to track it via reporting or maybe via APIs. Okay. But the upload download functionality also, Mohan, I see Mohan as the name that is coming up. Mohan, I see it is possible. From the demo that I showed you, it is possible.
So what are all the formats available? It's like JPG. Some employees, they wanted to put the photos of that vaccination certificate. Some people they want to put the Word, PDF. All this will be possible in that uploads, and we can see that in format of reports.
We can definitely look into a specific format. Typically, these are all MDF uploads, right? What we usually support is JPEG, PDF, doc. We usually support all these formats. So we wouldn't differentiate just because this is a vaccination certificate. There are only certain formats that will be supported.
Yeah, the typical image formats and document formats will be supported, and I think it'll also do a wider scan to ensure that it's it's safe to upload.
Okay. Thanks for that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So I assume there are no other questions, and I'd like to once again thank everyone for joining for today's event and making it a grand success. Special thanks to our customers and distinguished speakers and the India team which made this happen. If any other questions are there, please do reach out to your respective contacts, your CEs or your customer success managers, and we'll be able to respond to that. Thanks, everyone. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kalpana.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jayanand.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.